Hello, and welcome to the Mad Painter Show. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome. I always got a song for some. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and get to this. Okay, so do you have any ideas? Are you having a hard time seeing a clear vision of what this idea looks like? Okay, that's why we're here. That's what we're here to talk about. So my notes are down here. So when you see me looking down here, this time I'm not looking at the mustard seed. I'm looking down at my notes. Okay, so everything starts with an idea. Everything that we're using, things that we're doing, it started off with someone sitting there thinking about it like, that sounds like a good idea. And then actually writing it out. And so my whole thing is, write it down and make it plain. And so it's written. When we are writing it down and making it plain, I see two different planes. So you see the plane where it's like, give it to me plain, where I can totally understand and see, so I can clearly see plainly what it is that you're saying to me, flat, like it's just give it flat straight to me. But then I also see plane as in flying. So here when we have these ideas, especially when it's like, one of those light bulb moments, it's like, hey, it sounds like a good idea. We want this idea to soar. We want it to fly. We want it to rise. We want it to take it somewhere beyond. Yeah. So this is what we're doing. This is what this discussion is about, because I'm sure all of us have some type of idea. Because do you know where a lot of those ideas come from? From a problem. Because we've had some type of problem and somewhere we couldn't find a solution to this problem and we got so upset, or we got so something of another. It was like, gosh darn it, I need to make this up myself and come up with this here thing. So, I know you have some type of problem. I mean, we all got problems. But I know that you have some type of problem that you 9 times out of 10 have the solution to. Or you're being processed through where you're going to get that idea that's going to help you get the solution to it. You figured out where I'm coming from with this? Yes. So, what we want to do is that we want to pay attention to what are those light bulb moments. Let me get back to them because I didn't totally went past my notes. But it doesn't matter because we're making room. So we want to pay attention to these light bulb moments, because these light bulb moments are something that's giving us like a starter something. Everything that we're getting ready to go on to, we have like a starter pack, right? So this light bulb is part of the starter pack. And we want to pay attention to what, when a light turns on us and your eyes be having time to adjust, it's like, oh, I could see. What idea is this? What is this that you have that you are holding on within you that just keeps coming back to you? It's like, hey, don't forget I'm here. I mean, I made you think about me, not too long ago. But it's like, hey, I come back again. And baby, let me tell you how you can have a good idea for one hot second and you fail to write it down and it will escape your memory, honey. Always keep a pen, pencil, a notepad or something with you, because when you're in preparation for this thing, baby, you in expectation, and I'm gonna need you to be ready for when it comes to you. So you got to get yourself ready, and you got to be ready with the tools. Or if you have your phone, take notes. But still, if you ever write, we don't have excuses. We're not making up excuses. So always have something handy to help you write down your ideas. Okay. Let me get back to my notes because I digressed. So the question was, we asked the question of what your idea was, right? And if you don't have an idea, we want to get in the habit of start writing these things down. And so, first of all, because yes, we have people that may have some ideas, and we have people that want to have ideas, but the bottom line is that we want to start seeing things clearer. clear. Transparency is what we're looking for. And so first you want to be aware. Forgive me if y'all hear the noise in the background. First you want to have, we're all about this awareness. You want to be aware of what it is that you're thinking about, what it is that's coming through your mind, what it is, like these thoughts. You'll have thoughts running through your mind like a train, and you know how the train has those different compartments, and so it's up to us to stop the train and not just let it run, but again, my mind is running a bit fast here because I have all of this information. It's like, give it to him. We are here to put our mind to work and not let our minds put us to work unless it's in unison with in alignment and in unison with the mother effing mission. Because if it ain't, it can't put us to work. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be putting our minds to work and not allow those train compartments to just be going through, and we, just having all these different ideas. Because a lot of times when people are just talking, they'll just all that stuff that's going on in their head, and they're not even listening to the stuff that they are. What is that called? Logorrhea. It's just coming out of their mouth. It's like diarrhea, and they expect somebody to pay attention to this, like, yet again. I digress. So where we are, we want to be aware and just stop those thoughts from flowing. And now we're putting our thoughts into operation. We are purposely using our thoughts for creativeness and ideas and other things, that we are working to think positive and working on our best self. And along with those things, of course, we have awareness, and then we have tracking the ideas that spark that light bulb. You know when stuff is making you feel good, when stuff isn't making you feel good. When stuff is, you'll start off with this idea, and then it will continue on and give you other ideas, and you'll see how it can go from one thing to another. That's your light bulb thing. So we also want to be willing to study these things that we're interested these things that we're interested in. I apologize. My mind just went to food. I stay hungry. Baby, I am hungry right now. I should be called the hungry painter because I stay hungry. But in the process of thinking about food, and I love to cook, so in I put artistry in. Yeah. Okay. I digress. So in food, you're making something, right? And so you have. I'm the type of person that when I'm making a particular, I just immediately, because it went to cookies. I'm thinking about making some cookies. I will look up about 5 or 6 recipes and see, what do I like? What is it that I'm trying to, and I imagine the taste of what I want to achieve here, but also the taste of what these recipes are offering me here. And I'll mix and match up some stuff. Sometimes I done effed up some stuff, but sometimes, it's delicious. That was like 5 or 6 things mixed in together, and I'm gonna tell you, it's absolutely delicious. So what you want to do is that you want to be willing to try out these different things. Write these different things down to see, is this something that's keeping these ideas going, that vision going? Is it something that's now it's all of a sudden getting blocked out? But they're also in the process of us. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let me slow down. I'm gonna slow down. Being willing to study this stuff, being willing to study out these things, research and see who else may be doing something along those lines, because sometimes we may come up with something new, baby, but there's someone that's doing something similar to it, and maybe it's something that you want to expand on because it's something that may be new, but there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, this world is wild. So you want to research and see what other people are doing, and pay attention to the things that you pay attention to and why you pay attention to these things. Okay? And so in the midst of seeing what these things look like, while I was doing some moving some things around, I came across my vision board. Okay, I realized, because I've done a vision board a long time ago, and okay, some things did, come to me or whatever with the vision board. It was something that I kept my eye on every day. But this is a little bit deeper than this, because this is a thing in which we're working on that, yes, it's something that we want to keep our eye on visually, but it's also something that we want to be working towards daily. It's so faith comes into this. And I've realized in the midst of planning certain things, we may not have the answer to everything. But honey, you ain't gonna have the answer to everything. I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's just not gonna be there. It's not gonna be there, because once you experience it and you actually get there, it's like, I didn't expect that. Yeah, because it wasn't in the plan. So so this is the great part of God, of experiencing God, and going to God and asking God for help. But I have got to have this talk about God. God is a very loving God. And I mean, I'm not just saying this to sell it to you, but here I'm just thinking, as far as myself as a creator, I love the things that I create. I may not always like the way it looks, but I still love it. And in the process of me loving the things that I create, I mean, all my creations may not choose to stay with me. But in the same token, for those that do, I like to take care of them to the best of my ability. And I'm only human, but that I'm superhuman. And I continuously digress in this video. My apologies. So we want to go to God for the things that we don't have answers for, because you don't have an answer for anything. But honey, this is the whole thing of the asking, seeking, and knocking, because in the midst of us seeking out these different things, seeking out his word, seeking out this truth, seeking out this love, we will receive answers. We have to be willing to seek this stuff out. We see it. So I saw it as we see it. We have this vision board. We say it and start writing it down, because we need to. So it is written. Write it down. Write it down. When you write it down and write it out, it's just so much happening right now as far as the planning thing. And I'm thinking about this as an artist. Okay, you see this piece behind me that's bluish. Okay, that piece, because I'm constantly, it's going back and forth as far as with the blueprint. So this piece behind me, it's layer upon layer upon layer. And it started off with a blue pencil drawing. The pencil drawing only had part of her face. It did not have the drip, the extra part in it. You gotta start from somewhere. And starting off with her face, I did not completely have this image in my mind once I started working on the piece. But as I worked on it more, and the more I kept going on it every single day, more and more stuff came. That was a long time ago I did that piece. More and more things came to me in the process of me making it. I mentioned this before. We'll ask things. Sometimes you'll get the answer right then and there, and sometimes your answer is in the process. So when you actually, let me slow that down and rewind a little bit. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes the answer is in the process. So then when you actually get the answer, when it's just plain like that, you'll fully understand the answer. Because sometimes when we ask the question, and if we were to receive the answer plain like that, it would be like, what? What? So then when you receive the answer, God is an all-knowing God, because he knows not to give you answers at certain times. So when you receive the answer, at the time you receive the answer, it's like, oh, okay. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. Sometimes it's just like you just won't get an answer, or it's just like you haven't lived to meet the point of where that answer is just yet, or it's not time, or maybe it'll just come later on. But you know, the stuff that you be really needing to know that really got to do with life right now, because sometimes we be asking some stuff that ain't none of our business. But you know what is our business? Give it time, honey. Give it time, because it tarry, but it's not tarrying. It's not, you just need to be processed. I'm seeing how long this video is going. Okay, where we go with the seeing, the saying, the faith, what did I say? List ways to implement the strategy to move closer daily. So every day make a list. At night, Earl Nightingale has taught me a very valuable lesson, and so did Bishop Bronner. Please forgive me, because I shall never forget that name. Bishop Bronner, it was a thing as far as, and before you go to bed, Bishop Dale Bronner, in case you decide to look him up. I'm not about to digress right now. What? Where's I as the list? Thank you. Jeez Louise, the list. Before you go to bed, you want to make this list. And in the list, you're basically telling yourself what you're going to be doing the next day. What I also paid attention to, you are putting your mind to work while you sleep. Along with this list, you can also ask questions, right? You're asking questions before you go to bed, and it's like you're resting in these. You're going to rest and letting these things work out. This is part of the faith. And the believing thing, seeing and believing, you believing and you stepping out, but you also researching. It's not a thing where it's, how can I explain this? Baby, we done believed in some stupid shit. And I needed to have said that word because I need you to know how real this is. We done believed in some stupid stuff and then walked out on stupid faith, and it ain't had nothing to do with God. It was all in our desires, and we didn't believe some stuff, and we know daggone well that stuff was a lie. So this is an opportunity to actually test the truth and see how it works, see how it operates, see, and research what this truth has to say to you. And because it ain't just a thing in, what? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. Ask questions. Talk to God. Ask questions. God is super cool. Super duper cool. I mean, it's my homeboys. Yeah. So I'm letting this go a little bit long. See? Get a vision of it. When it's not coming clearly, start writing it down. As you start writing it down and stepping out, talking to people, researching things, going to do things. When your spirit is telling you to do something, do it. Just step out. Sometimes you just don't know. You're just going to go ahead and do it. And what else? And that's what it was, putting a plan to action. So this is, we're applying our wisdom. The vision will become clearer every single day. But you gotta start somewhere, baby. You gotta start somewhere. You all make it great. This is going like super long. Make it great. Like, subscribe, share. You know, your people who need to hear this need a little bit of extra energy, inspiration. Because we're working on our best self, right? You know, screw this new year, as you learned in previous videos. If you haven't watched it, I'm not a big holiday person. Anywho, it's going long. We can start on our new self today. Why wait till the 31st? That's a long time, bro. We might not even make it, but we gonna make it. I love y'all. Have a great day. And yeah, write it down. Make it plain so we can make it soar. Love you guys.